Club.
Major League Volleyball brings you a token matchup tonight between two of the best. The San Diego Mojo in the hunt for a playoff berth, hosting the postseason clinching Dallas Pulse from Viejas Arena. The Pulse take their chart-topping offense to the Mojo's MLV best defense as the regular season ventures into the final stretch. For the former college volleyball player at Colorado State, Ruby Kaiser, I'm Brian Fennelly. And what a turnaround to this season for San Diego. They began 1-6 on the year. Now, Ruby, all they need to do is win 2 of the remaining 4 matches, and they will be playoff bound for a second time in the third season of the league.
Lots of drama here tonight. We've got playoff implications for the Mojo. Arguably the most efficient offense in the MLB with the Dallas Pulse, but very pin-heavy with Collier and Maldonado on the outside. And then for the Mojo, a little bit more balanced, but the best defense.
They do have the best defense. More on that as the match goes on. Some of the keys that you have in relation to this match, we had a chance to speak to both teams before the start of this one.
Absolutely. We talked to Pulse coach Shannon Windsor, and she said they got to serve tougher than they did the last time against the Mojo. And offensive distribution is going to be really key for them. I expect both teams to run the middle early on. That was also something that Coach Childress said. Defensive cohesion, that's something they've done well all season. They got to keep doing it tonight, and then just expanding on those offensive options.
This San Diego Mojo broadcast is presented by Scripps Clinic, the Lake Elsinore Storm, HRC Fertility, and KUSI. They are announcing the starters for both of the teams, and the starters for the home team, San Diego. The outsides, Grace Loberg and Maya Tabron. The middles, Kayla Caffey and Merwin Grove. Marley Monterey will be setting. Morgan Lewis will be at that opposite position. The libero is Shara Venegas. And the first on the floor for Dallas, the pin hitters, Kaylee Cox, Mimi Collier, Sofia Maldonado Diaz, and setting is Natalia Valentin Anderson. Carter Bruth, one of the middles, along with Caitlin Horde, and the libero is Kylie Murr, as these two teams are meeting for a 4th time. The last time was a few weeks ago on this court, a 5-setter that San Diego won.
So exciting, and I'm excited we have some switch-ups in the lineup tonight. We've got Carter Booth joining Mimi Collier again for the first time since the NCAA tournament where they played together at Wisconsin. So I'm excited to see that offensive duo for the Pulse on this side as well.
This is a team, Dallas, they have the best road record in all the league at 10-3. San Diego has the 2nd best home record in the league at 8-4. Overall, the Mojo are 3rd in the standings. The top 4 teams will make it to the postseason. Mojo 13-11 overall, and Dallas is 18-7 overall, and they've got the best offense hitting efficiency wise in the league, and they're going to try to take that to San Diego. Devaney McLarty is our first referee. Our down official is Nikki Cottle. And number 31 in white, Maya Tabron, will serve to get this opening set underway. Mimi Collier, an MLV All-Star, with the first swing and kill out of the backcourt.
Smart move running the BIC with Mimi Collier out of the back row, kind of breaking up that pin-heavy offense that they have and running something through the middle.
Serving now is number 9, Kaylee Cox. Went to Western Kentucky University. Grace Loberg, team leader in points per set at just over 3. Leads the team in kills on this season. She scores to make it 1-all.
Loberg fully taking advantage of that one-on-one matchup created for her from Monserrat.
Here's Kayla Caffey starting for the first time in 3 months and winning a tight ball there, and helping the cause was Natalia Valentine Anderson.
I love to see Valentine Anderson going up and winning that joust. A little bit of a smaller player, but she has some grit at the net. That's something that coach has really emphasized with her play.
Marley Monserrat will look into the middle from Erin Grote. And after the overplay, it's Loberg taking care of it, so she starts 2 for 2. Starting at the opposite is Morgan Lewis, identifying the libero her in serve receive. Murr, excuse me. A long ball, left-sided attack for Loberg is scooped. Collier, left-sided attack, left front for her, averaging 5.04 points per set. That is tops in the league.
Love to see Mimi using her height on that ball, really attacking the ball at her highest point. That's something I know she really worked on in Wisconsin. They talked about it a lot through postseason play last year.
There was Carter Booth, number 52 in blue, over hits. 2-time All-American she was, as you mentioned. Ruby added to the roster in mid-April and got the call, was playing in Italy professionally.
Yeah, she was the 19th overall pick for the Pulse and then opted to play overseas, probably more playing time, and then with some injury battles gets called her turn, and now she's here.
Getting a call and converting is Collier once again. Wisconsin product, only player in the league with over 400 kills this season. Valentine Anderson identifies Charbonnegas in serve receive. Lewis takes a big swing, a rocket on that right side, a misfire there, and a lead of 2 for the visitors.
Morgan Lewis attacking that deep corner shot. That's one of her favorite shots to hit, and a really hard one to defend for that left back libero.
Mojo have won 6 of their last 7 contests. Monserrat goes backcourt, and Booth was there on a solo mission all by herself, takes out the shot from Lewis. Oh, excuse me, that was Horde, I beg your pardon. Caitlin Horde.
Yeah, they're pulling Morgan Lewis out of the try line, opening up her for that Bick in the middle, but Horde was on it.
Tabron is denied as that gets sent backwards. Erin Grote hitting 285 on the year. That one is not coming back. One of the 2 middles starting for San Diego.
It's a really great example of how Monserrat distributes the offense, slinging it back on that slide ball after going forward just before. Opens up a lot of options.
There's Grote, an MLV All-Star as well this season. A big hammer from long range. That's Sofia Maldonado Diaz, an MLV All-Star in her own right.
We've seen the pins with Maldonado Diaz and Collier coming in the middle, running some interior, hoping to probably break up those pin opportunities in the future.
Too strong is the serve from Collier.
Back-to-back serving errors for the Pulse. I know that's something that they were focusing on. It's tough to serve on the road and manage that game of going aggressive, especially against such a high-level defensive team, but got to keep it in.
Valentine Anderson works it over that right side to Cox. Collier sneaks it through the double block, and it's Valentine Anderson with the setup. She leads the league in assists at 11.96 per frame. You mentioned the service. There's another one there. That one courtesy of Horde.
Yeah, it's a tough game to play, and that was one of her biggest emphasis coming into this game, was for her team to serve better in this arena. And I know it's something she didn't think about a lot, but sometimes the elevation difference here at sea level by the ocean, it can play a big impact on the serve and pass game.
Working it quick, and that is Booth trying to change things up and go more up-tempo that time, and that throws San Diego's defense off.
Seeing a lot of middle production early and interior plays, opening up the opportunities for the Pins.
Kathy is dug out of the backcourt. Maldonado Diaz, a little roll shot, and a free ball is coming over, but hold on. Too many touches, says Devaney McClarty, our first referee.
I missed that one. They're gonna, Coach Childress is gonna ask for clarification. It was just blocked by the ref stand.
We play on as we look at it again.
What an effort from Tiburon. I'm not sure where that.
Maldonado Diaz gets the call and goes sharp in the cross court. An error that time for the 6-footer, and outside it played at Louisville and Arizona.
Yeah, and that's a great play from Valentine Anderson. She really sells it with Booth in the middle, giving her that option, just missed a little wide.
Overpass. Jaffe will hand set. Lewis is picked up in the backcourt. Murr, the libero, will set up Maldonado Diaz, and a big block fought for and inside the antenna. What a scramble play for Dallas. But Marilyn Grower closes it out as things were in disarray on the Dallas end.
What an effort from Kylie Murr and the Pulse, scrapping to get that ball over, but just not enough.
Collier goes to Caffey in zone 4. Trouble with the touch. Monserrat for Grote, and they go to the middle again. Monserrat, 4th in the league in assists per set at 10.02.
Grote on fire, coming in on that cross play and turning it back to the left side of the court. Not an easy thing to do. Really working hard to get her feet in position for that play.
That serve not in the right position for Caffey, who had played before tonight only one match since mid-February. Taylor Sandbothy had started, had a season-high 7 kills as one of the middles on Sunday. She is not in the starting lineup tonight. Diving try for Monserrat, but Mimi Collier has such versatility to her offense.
And I love that we've seen her tip the ball and do some off-speed shots, because I thought it was funny when Coach Windsor said earlier that she's allergic to tipping sometimes. So she said that that's been a big focus for her this season, is working on throwing in some of those off-speed shots along with her very impressive power plays.
One fortunate bounce off the top of the tape struck from Maldonado Diaz, as she has 19 aces. Now with that one, a team most.
The trickler, it's always a heartbreaker.
Goes from an ace to overhitting. In the 3 prior meetings between these teams this year, the home team has won every single one of the 3. This being the 4th meeting.
I think a lot of that has to do with the serve and pass game. When you're home, you're so comfortable, and that's something that Coach Windsor said she wanted her team to pick up. She said she knows they're not a great passing team, but they better be a better serving team tonight.
Marley Monserrat gets involved offensively, her 70th kill of the year. Lewis The bottom falling out of that serve. And what did Coach Windsor also tell us? Their focus, their antenna was going to be on Lewis because of how well she played against them last time.
Exactly, and you could see the energy from Morgan Lewis after that ace. She's ready when her name is called.
Off the slide, that is Booth in synergy with Valentine Anderson as they come up with the goods down the line.
Yeah, Valentine Anderson really pushing the tempo on that slide to Booth, attacking down the line. That's really hard for the block to get hands in front of, and credit to Kylie Murr for putting the pass up to the net, especially after the serve before that.
Oberg in rhythm, and a diving try to keep it going for Valentine Anderson. And what a scoop for Charvanegas. Wisely letting that one sail long.
Little miscommunication there. I like that Carter Booth is being aggressive on that play. It can't be easy coming into a team that's played together all season and jump in. So I like that she's not being tentative, but
what a cover there for Valentine Anderson. Collier is denied a kill. Running in and rushing into action is Cox. Collier seals it down the line.
Really impressive defensive effort from both teams. I like how we saw Mimi Collier go to her sharp cross-court shot, kind of her comfortable shot, her favorite shot. Doesn't work, it's dug up, so she goes down the line, and she goes hard.
Loberg is the one they pick on in serve receive. That was a thing of beauty. Monserrat finding her middle on that right side, Maren Grote.
Grote has done such a good job on those behind the setter plays. She's able to put the ball down the line, in the middle, and the zone 6 defense is something that Coach Windsor said that her pins need to work on, so it's a good spot to attack.
Transition opportunity for San Diego. Bringing the firepower is Lewis. She had 13 kills the last time these two teams faced off. 15 all.
Love to see Morgan Lewis utilized in the back row on that D ball. That just opens up the right side of the court in the offense.
It's our third tie in this opening set.
What a set from Valentine Anderson. Getting up there, able to push it back to Mimi Collier. Really impressive play.
(16-15) after the technical timeout. Dallas is leading. They have led by as many as 4 in the opening set. They have never trailed, and a big reason why, Mimi Collier has 7 early kills.
Absolutely on fire, and I think a lot of that has to do with their ability to use her in all areas of the court. We've seen her in the BIC, we've seen her in the D-ball, on the outside running some interior. I think that's really opened up her opportunities in this offense.
She's air free, 13 swings, and she is back to serve with a 1-point lead. Maya Tabron gets the call on the left side. Monterey rushing in last moment to get the second touch. And the block was fortified as Horde and Cox were teaming up on the rejection.
Really solid block with those two. Able to get out there early, recognizing the out-of-system play. Leaves Tabron with not many options.
Collier takes aim at Maya Tabron, and that worked somehow. How did they pull that off, San Diego?
That's what I like to call a bump kill.
Monterey is so aggressive. She's one of the most offensive-minded setters in the league.
Yeah, she's really been able to run the system with tempo no matter where the pass is, no matter where she's putting the ball. She's pushing that tempo and creating opportunities for her hitters.
Venegas will run in and handle the off-speed shot. Now the system swing from Maldonado Diaz off a bump set, and it's wayward for her as Coach Alicia Childress looks on.
It's a good idea for Maldonado Diaz going for that no look. Just kind of overdoes it a little bit. But you'll see Loberg was running to the line to cover it. So that shot may be something that they talked about as an opening for their offense.
Monterey serving was an MLV Player of the Week back in February and comes in with double-doubles in their last 5 matches. Pitches 1 and 3 for Maldonado Diaz. Maya Tabron gets the kill, and she got a touch thereafter.
What a great series of plays. Venegas turns and digs the ball from over her shoulder. Tabron able to attack high hands. Really great string of plays.
And San Diego has their first lead. Dallas calls a timeout. What are your impressions on what we've seen so far?
I think really gritty defense from both sides, and it's been fun to see the creativity in the offenses. With such tough defenders, when you're going against them, you have to create opportunities, and it's been fun to see the Pins go and play some different interior balls, mix in some off-speed shots, some no-looks down the line for the Pulse, and then just distributing the offense really, really well from Monterey with the Mojo.
Monterey has 7 early helpers, 2 kills for Loberg, 2 kills for Monterey, and Merwin Grote has 4. Lewis has 1 as well. Maya Tabron getting involved offensively, 2. There's Monterey, number 21 in white. Goes it Maldonado Diaz. A swing out of the middle for Horde, Caitlin Horde. And straight down, Cox and Horde tag team on the stuff once again.
They've done a great job of scheming and seeing that that ball's out of system and knowing it's going to go to Tabron, getting out there and putting up a solid block.
Dallas is out blocking San Diego at 3-0. Right there for the easy tap down after Horde had trouble with the first touch. San Diego scores out of the middle.
Smart to know that we have a middle playing left back and attacking that zone. She had a good effort getting her body in front of it, but that's definitely something you want to exploit.
San Diego's hitting 219, Dallas 333. Big block touch from Caffey. An off-kilter, off-balance attempt from Grace Loberg. What could San Diego have done better? I know Caffey was trying to get a good block touch there.
Yeah, they did a good job of getting themselves in front of her, but not reaching. And I think that's something that Windsor talked about a lot, was getting your feet in front of the ball and don't reach out and give them opportunities to tool. And that was a great example of it right there.
A major opportunity to block, and leading the charge there was Booth as Lewis got stopped in her tracks, and the Pulse have the lead again.
I'm really impressed with Carter Booth's vocal leadership so far. Coming onto a new team, she's doing a really good job of leading that blocking effort.
There's Loberg, goes high hands. Amy Collier off target. That is her first hitting error. And it took her a 14th swing, Ruby, to get it.
For a player that is such an aggressive attacker, it's amazing how low error she is because she really goes up and rips it.
The block was well fortified that time. San Diego right there. They're fourth in the league at 2.44 blocks per set.
Really great eye work from the Mojo there, getting a solid block in front of Booth. And I think Booth looked at Valentine and said, hey, that was me, that was me. I think she was a little bit behind on the tempo on that one. After
Booth got the block, she's on the wrong side of getting blocked in back-to-back points. And successful with the serve is Caffey. We're going to see a change out there. Kelsey Payne is going to be coming in, number 8 in blue. Coach Windsor says that she is a really phenomenal blocker. Grote is scooped from Cox. Tight one. Gonna wipe it off the hands. I don't think Collier got a touch there.
No, I don't think so either. And that's an interesting substitution. They're just putting her in for that one play to block a ball specifically because there was no setter on the court. So Kylie Murr, as the libero, the secondary setter, jumped in. But that was a very strategic 1-point sub for the Pulse.
Interesting decision, as you mentioned. And there goes the slide and off the block attempt of Loberg. That's Booth, and they claim the kill. That's the ruling. San Diego thinks otherwise.
I think the San Diego girls think that it might have gone off of Booth's foot after the block. It looks like that might have been the contention.
So San Diego is challenging the last touch, and as a reminder, each team is allotted 1 challenge per set. If you don't use it, you can't carry it over to the next set, but what a time to use it considering we're in the red zone.
Absolutely. I think that's a really smart move for Coach Childress there because it's like you can't take it home, right? It's 22-22. You can't take it to set 2. Might as well use it as a timeout opportunity. And the girls seemed really confident that it went off her foot.
When we were talking to Coach Windsor, one of the things that she told us was the last time these two teams played that San Diego did a really good job of getting Dallas out of system with serving. You feel like the Pulse have been more aggressive and have been more the dictators as far as the way they're serving because Grace Loberg has taken a lot of out-of-system swings. The team's leader in kills as we have a ruling. So the Mojo were the ones to touch it last. Nothing changes. But as we reference back, Loberg has had to take a lot of out-of-system swings.
Absolutely, and I think the Pulse have done a really good job of following Coach Windsor's instructions. She said, we can't serve to a person, we have to make them move. And they've done a really good job of adding some depth on their serves and serving the seams.
Monserrat wins the joust. Looking Loberg's way, and the cover from Maya Tabron. Putting it down is Loberg, getting creative with her scoring, and the Mojo retake the lead, 2 points away from taking the first set.
And Monserrat is really smart to go back out to Loberg because she has an excellent matchup over Valentine Anderson. Just opens up that line with a little bit of a height differential there.
Valentine Anderson looks Collier's way. Tabron turns down the line. What a pickup from Cox. Not to be dugged. And 23 apiece.
What a string of plays from the Pulse. Right over Valentine. Cox digs that ball with ease, and then she gets up and pushes it all the way out to Collier, who takes advantage of her broken block in front of her.
A 10th tie. Dallas has led by as many as 4. Tabron, and she is scooped in the cross court. Marin Grote spearheading that stuff. Set point, San Diego.
A lot of passion coming from Valentine Anderson on that play.
Carly Graham will check in, number 44. And Maren Grote, with a timeout called by Dallas, will be serving 24-23. Grote is 4th in the league in blocks, tops on her team. Over 40 blocks on the year.
Grote has done a really good job of getting after it from the service line. She's definitely somebody that I think has confidence in these moments, and she's done well so far in this match. She hasn't picked up any aces, but she's definitely gotten them out of system.
The first 3 blocks went to Dallas. They were winning that battle 3-0, and now it's 4-2. So San Diego has done a little bit better at reading and being in the right place with their hands pressed atop the net.
I think they've done a really good job with their eye work and getting where they need to be and anticipating where the ball's going to be, which is really hard with such an experienced setter in Valentine Anderson. She does a great job of distributing the ball, but at the end of the day, you know who her go-to players are.
San Diego has won their last 7 sets, including back-to-back sweeps, road wins last week. One at Orlando, the other at Atlanta. Looking to win an 8th straight frame. Collier goes deep into the cross court to negate the set point.
I think that's a great move, too, having Collier on the right side of the court. It just gives a different look.
Serving tough to Tabron. And the point will go to Dallas. Getting a little too ambitious atop the net was San Diego.
And point scoring this late in the game is really difficult. So getting after it from the service line and then being able to win on defense is so key, but it's not an easy task.
Lewis comes back in, Monterey as well.
That adds an offensive option in the back row for the Mojo as well.
Collier surfing. Tabron is denied. We'll go with her again, and she lost it. It trampolined off of her fingertips and out of play. And after having a set point, the Mojo give up a set point and drop the opener 26-24.
Really great ability to side out and then score a couple from the service line. I think that's really tough to do, but no confidence was shattered in those moments.
An entire season, all building to this.
Point, championship point.
All or nothing stakes on the biggest stage, and there can only be one
For it
champion.
all. Orlando wins the championship. The $1 million match.
It's the biggest moment in Major League Volleyball, and there's only one chance to witness it live. The Major League Volleyball semifinals and championship at Comerica Center, May 7th and 9th. Tickets available now.
Dallas, a city pulsing with electricity, alive with vibrant nightlife, bold art, and flavors from every corner of the world. And now, home to the unstoppable force of women's Major League Volleyball. Inspired by the heartbeat of the city and the tempo of the game, Dallas welcomes its newest powerhouse to the stage, the Dallas Pulse.
This is major.
Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing. This is where the game gets real.
Mimi Collier goes 9 of 18 offensively in the first set, leading the way as the Dallas Pulse save a set point, and then on their first set point close it out 26-24. 14 first set assists for Valentine Anderson, and it's 1-0 Dallas.
You mentioned it earlier, but I think the Pulse's ability to defend and block in that first set was really key for them. They held the Mojo to just 28% kill percentage and hitting 119 on that first set, while they were at 39% kill percentage, hitting 244.
Grace Loberg, the top attacker, leads the team in kills on the season for San Diego, is only 3 of 11. She's hitting 182. San Diego has got to find, if you're a Mojo fan, a way to get her more involved and get better looks.
And they really haven't been able to get her in system. She's been taking a lot of big out of system swings on high balls, and the Pulse has just done a really good job of getting hands in front of her.
Lewis had hands in front of her, but not enough to get in the way of the shot. Her second kill, and the Mojo strike first.
She's so comfortable with that deep line shot from the right side, which is a really hard ball to hit as a right side hitter who's right-handed. It has to cross her body for her to hit it down the line, and I think we're going to see a lot more from Morgan Lewis in the second set.
Booth with a couple of quick touches out of the middle. There's Loberg, rat-a-tats down, kill number 4 for Loberg, who's averaging 2.81 kills per set.
A little tempo out to Loberg on that ball, able to hit that thumb down sharp cross court, catching Kylie Murr.
Lewis had an ace earlier, comes up short there.
Lewis has a really risky serve. She serves it so low over the top of the tape, which results in a lot of aces. So my guess is they kind of let her get away with a few errors here and there because it's just such a risky serve, but results in a lot of aces.
Going to Grote has resulted in a lot of kills as she picks up number 5. That one courtesy of the slide. 5 of 8 now.
She's been absolutely amazing on that slide ball. You see her adjust her feet at the last second, a little bit of a higher tempo set. Does a great job of putting it away.
Now the system off the tough serve. Lewis in the right position for the pickup. Tabron redeeming herself after her heading error ended the opening set, but she comes in strong with a kill there to make it 4-1. Loberg serves Maldonado Diaz, who will get it right back and get denied. Grote and Monserrat in synergy for the stop. The third block of the night for San Diego.
No better way to gain some momentum for your team than putting it down with a stuff block.
Serving short to Booth, and now out of system. High ball for Maldonado Diaz, who takes some pace off of it and settles it in right in the middle, vacated court.
Maldonado Diaz coming in so strong, like she's gonna rip the ball. Excellently places that roll shot in the pot without changing much of her body language before that point.
3 kills on 12 swings for Maldonado Diaz. Service error working against Dallas. They led by as many as 4 in the first set. Now they're trailing by 4 in the second set. Here's Grote. Hands up on Booth's attempt. Maldonado Diaz is dug up and over the net by Grote. Right in between Loberg and Grote. Off speed from Collier. How did she find that tight window?
I think she opened up that with her ability to rip the ball so early in the first set, and moving into the second set, we had a couple of big swings from Booth before that point, just tossing in a little off speed in the pot. Really smart play from Collier.
You mentioned it earlier, but wasn't it what Coach Windsor was telling us? She needs to be known more than just an overpowering hitter, as that serve is powered into the net from Booth.
Yeah, that's a great point. She touched on how Mimi is so impressive physically. She goes up and bangs balls, but right now they're working on elevating her game with those pot shots, some tips, some rolls, just some things that are a little outside of her wheel, and that's more of the finesse part of the game rather than the power.
There's more power from Collier. Maya Tabron takes on the double block of Horde and Valentine Anderson and rises to the occasion.
I have to imagine that that no-look shot is #1 on the scouting report from Tabron. She does such a good job of driving in hard with her shoulders, facing the sharp cross court, doesn't slow down her arm at all, and hits that no-look down the line. So hard to defend.
Quick to Horde, and that one wasn't perfectly placed. Tabron in attack mode, and an approach and a score for her as she's starting to get into an offensive groove enough for Dallas to utilize a timeout.
So impressed with Tabron's ability to attack the line in so many different ways. She hits the sharp, hard line into the seam on that last one, and I think the most impressive part about her attack is that she looks the same coming into every approach. Whether she's hitting it on the sharp cross court, she's banging it down the line, or she's hitting that seam, or even when she has an off-speed shot or going off high hands, her body language looks the exact same. So that makes it really hard on the blockers and the defenders to cheat. They have to stay so true to where they are, and it gives her a leg up in that way.
Together, Ren Athletics and the Major League Volleyball have a focus that extends beyond the game. We're growing the sport of volleyball, building community around the sport, and empowering our world-class female athletes with top-tier resources. Ren Athletics, the largest volleyball-only apparel company in the United States, is the official uniform and apparel partner of Major League Volleyball. From custom-designed player uniforms, stylish off-court apparel, and an array of fan gear, Ren Athletics is the driving force behind it all. For Ruby Kaiser, I'm Brian Fenley. Here we go. What a difference after the first set was dominated by Dallas. San Diego has made a cohesive effort to turn things around.
Getting Tabron and Lewis going early on, I think, has been huge for the Mojo so far in this second set.
The touch over to Caffey. Tabron, her 18th swing. Char Venegas averaging 3.96 digs per set on that one. And a 6th kill for Maya Tabron.
I have to mention Venegas' dig on that play. A hard ball from Mimi Collier. And that's something that Coach Windsor said she knew that Venegas was going to be ready for. She digs the sharp cross court with ease, and that's why they have to mix up where they're going with that ball.
There's Monterrey serving at Cox. Maldonado Diaz, and Venegas is all over it. Big swing into the block from Tabron. Options available, and it's Caffey. Venegas, a sprawling save. Tabron, the finisher.
I love to see the fist in the air from Venegas after that incredible dig. Another hard cross-court ball fired from Collier, and Tabron just puts it away. There's really no better feeling as a defender when you get a monster dig like that and your hitter is able to put it away.
Hats off to one of the MLV All-Stars from the Mojo's roster, Venegas, putting on a clinic. Cross-court set for Collier, and trickles it off the Lewis Caffey block. So she heard what Coach Windsor said about her, all about overpowering, and she has shown the off-speed stuff and going off the block too.
And I think Collier does a really good job of getting the ball at her highest point. She gets her feet underneath the set and is able to reach high over the block to manipulate the ball when she's tipping it. And I know that's something she worked on in her senior season at Wisconsin.
Talia Valentine Anderson serves at Tabron. Off the hands, covering line was Monterrey. What happened there? What could she have done a little bit better there for San Diego?
I think she just anticipated that the ball was going to go somewhere and started taking off in that direction, and then was unable to push off and change where she was going. And that's a hard play because I think it went off the fingertips of the block. So she was going in, and then the block changed the direction of the ball.
big swing, carving up the block is Morgan Lewis. 12-5 home squad.
Lewis kind of shares a laugh there after that ball. I think she was really staring down to see if they were going to get that block touch up.
Maya Tabron with the offering at Cox. We'll get it right back. And a kick save try to no avail. That's the third assist for Valentine Anderson in the second set after 14 in the first frame.
It's a tough ball, and I think that's really credit to Valentine Anderson on being able to push the tempo and out a system. It makes it harder for the blockers to figure out their timing on that play.
Too strong to serve from Collier, who does have 12 kills. That's the 24th match this season with double-figure number of putdowns. Number 5 in white, Effie serves at Maldonado Diaz. Running up to a bump set is the native of Mexico, and Maldonado Diaz comes in again. Has been a little bit quieter than probably she would like offensively, but makes a great play there.
Absolutely, and it's interesting to see how powerful both her and Collier can be at the same time. Really great job attacking that out-of-system set.
Getting fed right up the middle. Spoon-fed Montserrat to grow 2 MLV All-Stars, teaming up for 14-7. Morgan Lewis let it fly. She's been serving really well tonight. Just down in front of a diving pancake try from Loberg. There was some open space in the middle of the court short.
And that's something that Coach Windsor has done a really good job of crediting Maldonado Diaz for. She said that she does such a good job at finding the pot in the open space on the court. And her vision is just excellent as a pin hitter.
Decent vision there for San Diego to get Grote involved, but she misfires on the cross-court attempt off the one-footed takeoff. 9 serving 14. Montserrat will go to Loberg. Got it to go. Grace Loberg, the Wisconsin product, answers.
Tabron does a good job of handling the serve receive on that ball, pushing it up to the net, which gives Loberg the opportunity to kick out and get ready to attack.
Loberg in service position. Vanegas, the dig, a sensational pickup by Lewis. Maldonado Diaz walks it through the Grote Montserrat block attempt. How did she find a seam between those two blockers?
I think that's the product of running Mimi Collier in the BIC earlier on that play. She had a big swing, dug up and scrapped up by the Mojo, but then the Pulse are just getting back into system, putting it back on the outside. You can't leave Collier high and dry in the middle after that swing, so opens up some opportunities for Maldonado Diaz.
New faces out there for Dallas. Kelsey Payne, number 8, and also number 3, Celia Cullen. Mojo takes the point, and they will go into the technical timeout leading 16-10, hitting 500 in the second set after going just 119 attack-wise in the first. A 6-point lead for San Diego thanks to 6 kills in the second set from Maya Tabron and 6 second set digs from Char Venegas as Grote gets ready to serve. That's Booth getting a swing out of the middle. Off speed from Tabron. Out a system swing for Collier. A little waterfall-like shot, and it dies right in front of Lewis.
We mentioned the substitution change for the Pulse, adding Kelsey Payne in the front row for Valentine Anderson just offers a bigger block against the Mojo. I think Tabron was taking advantage of that height differential matchup there. And then we have Cullen in the back row. She's a setter, so she'll be in with hands. We saw earlier when they made that blocking sub with no setter sub, but now it looks like it's gonna stick for more than a couple points.
Tabron blasts away. How hard is it to read that high ball coming over your shoulder and then finding a way to put it down?
So incredibly hard, and she does such a good job of getting her feet to the ball and waiting. I think it's the patience game that is so hard as an outside hitter, but she's used to getting thrown those out of system balls, and she handles it so well.
Colin will set up Payne. Colin gets the assist. Has not played in a match since January 22nd, and this is just her 3rd set played on the year.
And Kylie Murr passed that ball with a lot of tempo on serve receive, and then she set it behind. Colin set it behind with some tempo, I think causing the blockers for the Mojo to have to speed it up a little bit and opened up some opportunities for her offense.
Cox comes back in, and Valentine Anderson as well. Number 1 in blue, Valentine Anderson serves at Tabron. A jump set to Cox, who finds a way behind the head mid-air to throw that one up there for the attacker.
You mentioned it. She was a little off balance on that swing, but still did a really good job of keeping that ball in the court and attacking the deep corner, which is, it's tough to defend the deep corner on the right side, especially with the back row setter.
Monserrat to Kathy, not coming back. Lauded for her offensive acumen is Kathy, one of the better offensive middles that San Diego has.
Coach Windsor has mentioned that that zone 6 defense is a work in progress for Maldonado, Diaz, and Collier. So I think attacking those deep seams is definitely a good trouble shot for the Mojo.
That's Horde, and caught out of position was Tabron, trying to play defense in the back court.
As I was talking about attacking those deep seams as a trouble shot, I felt like she read my mind.
There's Collier, 13 kills on the night. Lewis had 13 kills the last time these two teams faced off, and she's got another one there to bump the lead to 5.
Lewis does such a great job of utilizing her size, and you really have to be a disciplined blocker if you're in front of Morgan Lewis, because she's going to catch up. And I want to note that Tabron carries such a big passing load for the Mojo, and she's handled it so well. She keeps them in system and pushes the ball up to the net.
Kate Georgiana steps in to serve for San Diego. She'll take that second touch. Rushing in. And now a blast out of the backcourt. Monserrat with a clean pickup. Trouble communicating on the Dallas end, and San Diego profits from the ball control miscue.
Looks like we have a serving sub defender in for the Mojo.
Georgianis. Taking on two blockers, undaunted and cashing in is number 9 in blue, Kaylee Cox, the 2-year pro who played for the Fury last year. There's Caitlin Horde. In for Lewis, in for Grove. And that one is registered for a kill.
Georgiadis gets served the first ball as she probably expected coming off the bench, and does a great job passing from the right side of the court. One of the harder things to do, you got to keep the ball high and in front of the setter as it's coming over her shoulder. Really great job coming off the bench.
San Diego in the second set, Ruby, hitting .555, one hitting error on 29 swings, 17 kills. They're out killing Dallas 17-13 in the second set.
I think that's just credit to their ball control at this point. They've done a really good job of taking care of that first contact, and that's the name of their game, honestly. They do such a good job defensively and in serve receive, keeping their team and system, and the Pulse have just kind of fallen behind in that category.
That they have. And you mentioned the blocking as well. You take out Valentine Anderson for a little bit, a different blocking look. So Coach Windsor is trying some things that she hasn't normally shown in matches previously.
And I think it's hard when you take off the presence of Valentine Anderson on the court. She's such a vocal leader and a veteran for those rookie outside hitters that she's leading. And then you have Carter Booth, who's a new addition to the team. I think she really is the glue. I mean, Coach Windsor said she's the MVP in her eyes when it comes down to it.
And Georgiadis will stay in as Lewis prepares to serve. Rising up off a combo attack is Maldonado Diaz.
What a smart play from the Pulse. You see Carter Booth pushed all the way into the outside, going up first, and then Maldonado Diaz. It's hard to tell which player that ball is going to go to.
Carly Graham comes in, number 44 in white for San Diego. So played in for Grote, and we'll get another look at it. Turns and fires off a 31 ball for Booth, and they're going to say there was a touch, and Booth, just acquired from playing pro in Italy, gets the conversion.
Pushing to the flood in that seam, she attacks off of the arm of the delayed block.
Teed up is Loberg, and running it down is Collier. Flying in, Maldonado Diaz. Free ball is donated over. With the left hand, the hang time for Grote, as Graham found her and had to get innovative and creative to get that 22nd point.
Smart to go back to Grote on that ball because they're leaving her one-on-one. You see just Carter Booth there, didn't really get her feet in front of that attack, opening up a lot of opportunity for Grote in the middle.
Wilberg 3 of 5, just in the second set as she serves. Off the upper body of Tabron, Maldonado Diaz exerting the firepower off of that one.
Was that Collier with the butter stepping in with the hands to push it to the outside? An aggressive set to her outside counterpart. Maldonado Diaz gets her feet there to slam it.
Absolutely rocketed that one. She's back to serve, already has an ace tonight. Jovana Brajkovic has stepped in for Lewis of San Diego, number 6 in white. Sharp cross for Collier, so they changed the opposite from Lewis, bringing in Brajkovic, who played only 2 sets on Sunday against Orlando.
Brajkovic sets the block up just a little bit too far outside. Collier goes in and attacks that inside seam, which we know is her favorite shot.
That might be one of her favorite serves from Maldonado Diaz, who was gifted by hitting the top of the tape, and that one falls down for an ace. Her second, and a timeout for San Diego. That lead is running thin, only 2 now.
We'll see how fast the momentum can switch in this game. The Mojo seem to have complete control, and then just a few good serves, getting them out of system, forcing some different subs to be made, and you see how fast the tables can turn.
San Diego dropped the first set after leading 24-23. They had a set point. Collier had a cross-court kill to make it 24 apiece, and then on a first set point for Dallas, they got a hitting error off of Maya Tabron. Dallas took the first set 26-24, so another tight set here late between these two teams.
Yeah, we've seen the momentum just go up and down as a whole, but also for individuals. We've seen Tabron really get after it. Morgan Lewis at times, Collier, Maldonado Diaz, everyone has had a moment where they're really on, and the difference is that the defenses have been able to adjust. So whoever is firing at that moment, what adjustments need to be made?
Dallas has trailed by as many as 8 in the second set. At one point, they were down 11-3. Maldonado Diaz serves and comes up short that time. Caffey looks to be coming back in, relieving Georgiadis. Carly Graham is in as well, number 44 in white. Root serves to Cox. Maldonado Diaz there defensively. On 2 goes Valentine Anderson. The hang time. Then the two-handed try from Collier. Collier a little bit more pace behind that one. Trouble ensues on the Dallas side. Graham has all options available. Maya Tabron, gritty, scrappy, hustling, winning a long-winded point to give the Mojo 4 set points.
What a big defensive effort from the Mojo without their libero on the court. Mind you, we saw some middle defense there. Everyone stepping up when their name is called, and Tabron just puts the period on that rally.
That she does, 24 serving 20. The crowd is rallying behind the server, Maren Grote. San Diego looking to equalize at 1 set apiece. Booth gets the call. Brajkovic is dug down the line. Off the tape, poked over from Caffey. Graham looks Tabron's way. Scrambling, and nobody home. San Diego wins 2 extended exchanges. Freelancing at the very end. 25-20, we're all square at 1 set apiece.
What an incredible way to end that second set for the Mojo. Tabron attacking her favorite shot in that line scene.
Speaking of Tabron, we are going to have a chance in just a moment to have a conversation with her. We have reached halftime. So stay with us here. Maya Tabron joining us. She is with us right now. How exciting is this? 2 sets in for Ruby Kaiser. I'm Brian Fenley. You two know each other from your college playing days. And Maya, what do you think about the energy, the heart of your team, just these last few points to close out the second set?
Yeah, I think it really shows like we don't live in the past. We make a mistake, that's okay. We're all taking good swings, and we're gonna support each other in that. Even if we get blocked, we hit it out, and we're just gonna keep going. We're gonna keep pushing and keep taking those swings.
What is the message in the huddle when you're going through those big momentum shifts, and how do you keep pushing through that?
Yeah, I think it's more of just like lock in, stay focused. Like they're gonna score, they're gonna do good things too. So whatever we can to just push through that, and like I said, not worry about what just happened and just move on to the next play.
Defensively, last one for me and Ruby. Obviously, we got a little time for one more after this, but your defense, how would you rate it? Because it's been really good down the stretch here.
I mean, I think we set up our block really well, so it's easy to defend. But it's more of just like staying locked in. Like I love defense. I love to get a dig so we can transition out of it and somebody else gets a kill. I'm gonna be just as happy.
Has there been a message from Coach Childress in the timeouts that's been consistent throughout this match?
Yeah, she always says stay the course, and I think we really locked onto that, and that same thing of like something bad's gonna happen, but what is our goal and how can we still get there?
Thanks, Maya.
Well, they're getting there. They're well on their way thanks to your help and the team as well. 1 set apiece. Maya Tabron, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
So 2 sets down. It is 1 set apiece. Maya Tabron, one of the big storylines here for San Diego. When we come back, Ruby and I will break down what we have witnessed the first 2.
An entire season, all building to this.
Point, championship point.
All or nothing stakes on the biggest stage, and there can only be one
For it
champion.
all. Orlando wins the championship. The $1 million matches.
It's the biggest moment in Major League Volleyball, and there's only one chance to witness it live. the Major League Volleyball semifinals and championship at Comerica Center, May 7th and 9th. Tickets available now.
When you were a little girl growing up in Austin, Texas, did you ever imagine one day I'm going to be in the Kansas Hall of Fame and playing on the Dallas Pulse during their first inaugural season, just hours away from your family?
I didn't even really know that volleyball was an option for me until like late into high school as I started getting recruited. Yeah. So yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not to any of that, no.
This is major. Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing.
This is where the game gets real.
It is halftime here, 2 sets in for Ruby Cage, the former college volleyball player at Colorado State. Also played beach volleyball at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm Brian Fenley. Don't want to forget about that. A lot of these players have played beach who are watching, and it's 1 set apiece, Dallas and San Diego. That last set, San Diego closed out on a 3-0 run, and defense was the story part of it, along with Maya Tabrong. In the second set, San Diego, Ruby, outdug Dallas 27-14.
Wow, and I think it really showed in that last stretch of points when they didn't even have their libero on the court. But I think that's the best part about this team and why they're such good defenders, because you can tell every single person on the court takes defense seriously, and it's a mindset that they're bought into.
The first set went Dallas's way. They took it 26-24. San Diego did have a set point there, but Mimi Collier had 9 kills in the first set, so curious to see what we see out of her after San Diego tied it up at 1 set apiece.
And I think that's the storyline of this game, is Mimi Collier is so effective, but when you just have those pins are the ones who are producing most of your offense, the Mojo is too good of a defense to rely on that pin play. So I think we'll see them run the middles early. That Bick, I think, is going to be incorporated a lot, and moving around where she attacks from in the back row as well. We've seen her come and drive through the middle, but also attacking those seams, able to hit those cross-court shots really effectively.
What do you think about the middles for San Diego? Marin Grote has had quite a few conversions up the middle, and who stands out from a middle perspective for both teams?
I think all of the middles are doing a great job, but San Diego in particular, they run with such tempo and they push the tempo, and I think we've talked about it a little bit, but their ability to stay in system off of that first contact has really opened up that middle production for them.
We're going to see if that carries on into the third set. What comes up next, also, we'll show you the playoff picture. Another team has clinched a spot. What about San Diego? How close are they? We'll get into that next from Viejas Arena.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
This is major.
Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing.
This is where the game gets real.
Getting ready for the third set between Dallas and San Diego for former college volleyball player at Colorado State, Ruby Kaser. I'm Brian Fenley. A third team out of 4 that are allotted has made it a spot in the playoffs. Omaha clinching, meaning there's only 1 spot left. Could it be San Diego? They need to win 2 of their final 4 matches, 1 set apiece here. If they win their final 2 or 2 of the 4, they're in.
And we talked to Coach Childress about it earlier. I said, is this something that you're talking about? Has this been a narrative? And she said, we're not shying away from it. The girls want it, and they're playing good at the right time, which is the most important part.
The most important part, probably for both of these teams coming out of the halftime, would be to start out strong. Maya Tabron leading the Mojo in kills with 11.
You can definitely feel the energy shift here in Vejas Arena. People are on their feet cheering loud. There's nothing volleyball fans or non-volleyball fans love more than a long rally like that one that ended the second set.
We could even say the final 2 points were, to take a tennis term, lung-busting rallies. They were back and forth, back and forth. San Diego won both of them.
Showing off your play-by-play vocab there. I like it.
I mean, I do a little tennis. I mean, that's another net sport I love to do. And there, eclipsing the net, is Maldonado Diaz, who has been one of their best scoring solutions all season long.
And what a swing from Maldonado Diaz. I know Coach Windsor said that sharp cross court was something they may shy away from in this game, but go with what you're confident at, and if it works, keep doing it.
A service error for Maldonado Diaz. 8 service errors for Dallas and only 2 aces for them, and both of them courtesy of Maldonado Diaz. Up to hit is Booth. Lewis starts back in the third set as the right side. Monserrat will tee up Tabron, a team best 30 attempts, and bringing out the firepower on that one.
What a swing from Maya Tabron. I don't think we've seen her much in the back row yet this match, but might as well while she's feeling this good.
Coach Alicia Childress said that some of her best offense, when she does get that opportunity out of the backcourt, at her best when hitting from long range.
I believe that, and I think that's something we saw a lot in her college game as well. She did a really good job of being able to hit really any set that came her way. We see another sharp cross court from the Pulse, this time Collier.
Seemingly hitting any set going her way and killing any ball going her way would be Collier. She gets another one down, 2-all.
I think that was on like the 2-foot line.
This is Booth serving away. Caffey, a first ball side out as she registers the kill.
Mojo showing off their offensive distribution over her shoulder. Caffey puts that ball away on the right side of the court. Really smart shot.
Serving to Collier that time. Maldonado Diaz leaping in from that deep position and unleashing for 3-all.
You can feel the connection that Valentine Anderson has with her hitters, specifically Maldonado Diaz and Collier. They have these moments in the huddles or after the plays where you can tell that they really are on the same page, connected. And that's some great leadership from the senior setter.
Tabron with a rundown ability. That's Loberg looking for her 6th, make it 7th kill. Valentine Anderson goes right back to Cox. Lewis slides in. High ball, tight, pushed over. Collier, that one's coming back over. And avoids the block and puts it down, a directional block, if you will.
Such a smart overpass play from Collier. She got a little smirk after that one. Those balls are a lot harder than they look. When they're coming high over the net, you're trying not to touch the net, but still be aggressive with where you put the ball. A lot harder than it looks.
Valentine Anderson serves at Tabron. Lewis shows like she's going full pace and then off speed. Good block touch, but a bump set headed towards the pin and the cover from Cox after Collier's attempt. 2 quick touches for San Diego. Cox on the approach. Lewis a swing. Loading up again is Cox. She's denied. Getting the call is Lewis and wins the point in one energy-consuming exchange.
Morgan Lewis finishes the longest rally, I think, of the day. No hitter in this gym is getting an easy kill tonight.
What does that say about these two teams when we've seen, yes, that was a long point, but we had some long ones at the end of the second set, too?
I'm just so impressed with the way that they're leveling up on each other's defense. It feels like they're almost feeding off of not just their teammates on their side of the net, but their opponents on the other side of the net. If you're going to dig this ball, I'm going to dig the next one.
Block was up there on Horde. Monterey in perfect position off Valentine Anderson, and she'll two-hand it over. Diving after it and taking a kill away. Lewis, a rocket of an arm swing to give the home team the lead back 5-4.
Morgan Lewis is locked in. You can see it in her play, ready to go, hitting that deep line shot. Nothing but business, no celebration, just back to the service line.
San Diego has won their last 3 matches. They've never won 4 in a row this year. 2 aces now for Lewis.
One thing that Coach Childress has mentioned is the energy from her bench, and you can see it after that ace. They start to do their little plane flying cheer. I'm into it.
But right after that, coming up short. Last time these two teams played, it was a 5-setter in San Diego back on April 5th. San Diego won it. Monterey sends it Loberg's way, and she cashes in for her 7th kill and puts a 7th point on the board in the 3rd set.
Loberg absolutely targeted in serve receive. Her ability to pass in transition and go up and take a swing like that is so impressive.
7 of 20 is Loberg now as she gets ready to serve, number 9 in white. Maldonado Diaz, so deceptive, Ruby. It looks like she's going all out there, but then takes something off of it.
We've mentioned how impressive her ability to hit that roll shot is, and I think you can credit it to her elbow. She doesn't drop her elbow at all. She keeps her arm high like she's gonna take a swing and then just slows down her wrist.
A big wrist snap for Tabron, who answers the call.
Tabron is so dangerous on that pin-in system. She really has the ability to hit any spot on the court that she wants, and her vision of the block and the defenders is so impressive.
Hand set for Maldonado Diaz, and Grote with the pop-up. Monterey scrambles and looks for her safety valve, and Tabron, who mishits.
They're gonna ask for a touch on the block on that one early in the set to use a challenge card.
We are gonna see a challenge. Each team gets one challenge per set. MLV replay at work now. So the challenge works. There was a block touch.
Impressed by that camera angle of the fingers. There's no discrepancy there.
That's what MLV does. They've got great technology, state-of-the-art stuff to make sure they get the right calls. Throw it again. Collier, and she's done by Grote. Third kill for Monterey, who was active and alert to take that one down.
You've mentioned it a few times, but Monterey's ability to be an offensive threat in the front row is so smart because she's also able to set that ball. She gets up and gets her hands high and gives herself multiple options for each play.
She's had kills in 23 of the team's now 25 matches. A lead of 4 for San Diego. Now to 5 as Maren Grote, second most on the team, and Aces adds another one for 11-6.
A rare moment for Kylie Murr as well from the Pulse, who carries such a big load in the try line on serve receive. She has to cover all areas of the court with her outsides in the back row at that time.
San Diego has the ace. Both teams with 2 aces. Dallas has called a timeout. What's different about San Diego since the first set?
I think they're really feeding off of the energy from the second set. They came in hot. They dominated most of that game. The Pulse had the ability to come back there at the end, but then they shut it down immediately. And we've mentioned it a few times before, but those big blocks, the ability to win long rallies has been their identity all season. And it's something that I think they have so much confidence in. They're not worried when they take a big swing and the other team digs it because they know that they're elite in long rallies.
Well said. Neither team has one block at all in this third set, so it hasn't necessarily been that's made the difference. Winning the block battle 4-3 Dallas as Grote gets back to serving. Maldonado Diaz is scooped in the cross by Grote. Tabron got her own rebound. Looking for a touch. Devaney McLarty, our first referee, said there was a touch.
Tabron does such a good job at attacking just the very tops of the fingertips. It's almost impossible to dig a ball like that.
Maldonado Diaz, the roll shot. And it's Loberg who goes off the block, and it cascades off the court, almost a block, but a kill instead for San Diego.
Hawks just not quite getting her feet set on that ball, gets her hands up, but not pressing over the net, allowing high hands to be attacked.
Kelsey Payne will check in, number 8 for Dallas, 7-year pro from Austin, Texas. Collier, Tabron, and the cover from Caffey. The offense goes through Lewis. Caffey turns and fires. 8-point lead for San Diego. They led by as many as 8 in the second set.
Caffey with a decisive swing, but I think the real winner in that rally was Monserrat. She was able to get the ball to every area of the court. A set out to Tabron, a set to Morgan Lewis, and then finishes it in the middle. Is just a great example of how she's able to distribute the offense.
Added to the middle on court would be Carson Bacon, number 42 in blue, the former San Diego Mojo, played here 2 seasons ago. And her first attempt does not eclipse the net. This is just the 7th match that she has played, and the 5th in April. And another timeout here. And we'll stay here.
We mentioned the college teammate combination of Mimi Collier and Carter Booth, but before that, Mimi Collier was an Oregon Duck. She played with Carson Bacon and Morgan Lewis, so we've got some familiar faces on the court together.
From a middle perspective, if you are Dallas, you're trying some different things. What are you hoping to find when you're inserting some players off the bench?
Coach Windsor told us early on she has to get the middles going. It's not an option, and it's not necessarily that she needs to see a lot of kill production from the middles, but she needs them to be a threat so that it breaks up the block for Collier and Maldonado Diaz, and I think that's the biggest point that they need to make.
To your point about Coach Windsor, she was telling us that the last few days in practice, they've spent it predominantly on block defense, needing to be where their feet are, where they need to be block-wise, and then they broke out in small groups to try to refine those skills, hand position and footwork, and they're going to need more of that if they want to find themselves in a better position in this match. Goldberg runs down the Maldonado Diaz attempt. That one sailing on Tabron.
We've also seen the Mojo's ability to get the pulse out of system on that first contact, attacking Murr on the right side of the court. Not necessarily that she's the serving target, but that zone is very hard to pass from and even harder to set a ball coming from that area.
Caffey gets the set and played up and over after the net was struck. Lewis loads up, center back for Collier. Left front goes Maldonado Diaz. She is in double figures in kills.
You can see the energy just a little bit sucked out of the Pulse's team right now. They get a big swing, they get the point, but not a lot of celebration after that play. You can feel it's a little bit tense on their side of the court. Well, not tense at all on the Mojo side.
Marley Monserrat does it again. They have doubled up Dallas as we have hit a technical timeout. 4 kills for Monserrat, and the home team leads by 8. 5 different Mojo players have registered at least a kill in this third set. They lead 16-18 in the third.
That's a great point. I think that just goes to how dangerous they are because of their distribution. They have so many weapons that can step up at any given moment, which makes the blocking and the defense that much harder. And Coach Windsor said that this team is the hardest to prepare for. She said, not Indy, the team that's 20-5, leading the standings aggressively, but this Mojo team that has been so hot in this last part of the season.
It's a really interesting point. That's a 5th kill in this third set for Tabron. She's got 16 in the match and the 3rd straight match with 10 or more kills. 17 serving 8. Stops Dallas in its tracks. Collier getting denied.
I think one of the biggest assets for the Mojo right now is their undeniable confidence. You can feel it radiating from their side of the court while the Pulse are trying to pull out every option they have, running different plays, and nothing seems to be working.
Payne got denied. We'll go to her again. And what happened there? Everybody froze and nobody acted to get down to that first touch.
Really smart play from Payne. I think that's something that coaches of all levels, free ball to right back, free ball to right back. So leaning on that message, she did a great job there.
At this level, rarely will you see a bump kill.
Barely ever, but we've had 2. I guess one was an overpass, but I like to say it's a bump kill.
For sure, a service air there for Dallas. Number 21, or make it 31 in white. That's Tabron. That one bounced. 3 aces for San Diego now. It's a team that averages .85 aces per set, 4th in the league.
Coach Windsor has been honest about the state of their passing. She said, we are not a strong passing team, but when you see the Mojo's ability to break down even the libero position, you know how aggressive their service is.
Collier very aggressive as she goes inside out, thumb down, wrist away to get another point on the board.
Collier's ability to manipulate her body in that way, able to torque around the ball and hit that sharp of a shot is just so unique.
It's Bacon unsuccessful with the serve. Played in 5 matches, Bacon for San Diego in 2024. In 14 sets is Georgiadis checks back in, number 17 for San Diego.
Payne just dodging that deep serve.
Valentine Anderson and her Dallas Pulse trailing by double digits. Grote, 9 kills. 1 away from double figures as she was spoon-fed by Monterrey.
Perfectly said. A perfect pass puts them in the position to run such a quick tempo and put the ball away.
Collier with a tight one. Georgiadis got to it. So did Venegas. Loberg a swing. Out of system here, and a roll shot hit by Collier. Mojo will take the point. Look at Venegas there. She's kind of gripping onto her right knee. Some contact there on the San Diego side earlier in the rally. And Tristan Savage is in now. Tristan Savage checks in. So they're going to another middle, and Galen Horde will take a seat.
think Coach Windsor is not only looking for production when it comes to the scoreboard, but also to the momentum and the energy of their side of the court. You see that she came in and immediately started cheering and bringing some energy for her teammates.
An energy-filled swing for Grace Loberg to bring up 12 set points as San Diego looks to win their second straight set. Trouble off the serve. Maldonado Diaz is dug. Loberg takes on a triple block. Fearless swing and a rout of a third set that goes San Diego's way. 25-12.
Yeah, I think they just had absolute control of that third set. They took the wind out of the sails for their Pulse. It felt like they couldn't do anything right on their side of the court, whether it was their offensive production, their passing, their defense. Everything started to fall with the next.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing.
This is where the game gets real.
Grace Loberg for San Diego in the third set went 5 of 9 after hitting 182 in the first set. San Diego takes the third in dominant fashion. They outdug Dallas 27-14 in the second set. And that first set was the Mimi Collier experience. She had 9 kills. They won it 26-24. Collier had only 3 kills on 11 swings in the third frame. And San Diego has a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and I think the Pulse have been dipping into their roster a lot. I was really curious to see what middles Coach Windsor was going to go with. And it looks like we're sticking with Tristan Savage and...
They literally, just as you said that, they started with her, and right as you, they just changed it.
Libero switch, but she'll go in when they rotate, and then we have Horde still as well.
Maldonado Diaz serves at Tabron to get this 4th set underway. Collier is dug by Loberg in the back. Maya Tabron, her 17th kill. That leads her team.
Maya Tabron is such a fun player to watch because she can really make lemonade out of whatever set she gets. And she can put the ball almost anywhere on the court no matter what the set is. She's able to find a way to score points.
Valentine Anderson scrambles and finds Collier. Venegas has to hit the third shot over. Collier right at Loberg, left defenseless. That's a hard one to play because it's like right in front of your face.
Yeah, it's kind of in that in-between zone where you're not sure if you use your platform or your hands and you're kind of just trying not to get hit in the face, but
yes.
Great swing from Collier, especially after that roll shot down the line. I haven't seen that from her yet this match. A good tool in the box.
Caffey wanted a kill there. That's Venegas diving after one, running it off one foot. Loberg. Lewis hands pressed, and now San Diego is out blocking Dallas 5-4. Morgan Lewis had something to say about that Dallas shot.
Great fundamental blocking from Morgan Lewis. Gets her feet there, presses over the net for a clean block. We're gonna call her over on that. With the back row setter trying to set the ball. Loberg just being a little too aggressive on that play, but I like it.
Dallas hasn't had a block since the second set. Maren Grote not blocked, and that puts her at 10 kills. Now 3 Mojo players, double-figure number of kills.
And we'll see Maren Grote was left one-on-one on that play, giving her so many options from the middle, but that's what they have to do. You mentioned that the Pulse haven't had a block, and how do you block when so many weapons are so effective?
That's Payne going with the off-speed shot. San Diego, to put it succinctly, did not see that coming.
Yeah, Monserrat dove in to dig that tip, but Grote got a hand on it, and the setter was nowhere to be found because she was on the ground. Like to see the effort, though, and the difference there, she kind of laughs it off knowing that she was being aggressive going for the ball. Nothing lost on that play for her.
Mimi Collier serving, leads all in kills with 18 on 55 swings. Grote goes off the hands of Tristan Savage, so she comes in as one of the middles. Did not start as a middle blocker, but coming in, and they use her and get the kill.
And she's done a great job so far of just lightening the mood on their side of the court. She's come in, brought some energy, offered some production, and I think just kind of made everyone take a deep breath and relax a little bit.
Board will come back in. There's Savage to serve, played her college volleyball at UCLA, a 4-year pro. Bump set for Monserrat is headed towards Tabron, and a block was in store for her. That's Horde there along with Payne.
A little bit of a switch up in the lineup there for them, having Payne as the primary right side instead of a substitution. We mentioned it a little bit earlier in the match. We've seen the Pulse and actually the Mojo as well kind of do a modified 5-1-6-2 sub where they put a setter in the back row and a bigger blocker in for their undersized setters, because while we have 2 excellent setters on the court tonight, they're both a little undersized and have offered some height to exploit in the blocking category.
Good height and good blocking there for San Diego. Caffey was a part of it as they shut down the pin on that right side. Tabron in the mix as well.
Tabron did a great job of setting up the block to be in the right spot, and Caffey working hard in transition to get out and close it.
Here's Grote, one of 3 Mojo players to be an MLV All-Star. Another block rears itself. Caffey and Monserrat coming together for the rejection. Another out-of-system swing from Maldonado Diaz. Tabron scouts out the defense, navigates a kill, and puts her 18th put down on the board.
While it is not, Tabron makes it look so easy, waiting for that out-of-system set, using her vision to put the ball exactly where it needs to be.
Tabron, all-time kill leader for the Mojo, and her season high is 22. 22 kills, she has 18. The offense goes to Payne. Loberg, a little dink. Off of Tabron, almost got that one over off the deflection.
Precision with her wrist. Maldonado Diaz hits that sharp cross court. A shot I feel like they've been relying on in moments where they really need it. Her and Collier are very comfortable hitting that extreme cross court shot that is often very hard to dig.
Maldonado Diaz has had herself a great game offensively. Caffey unsuccessful that time. Although of note, San Diego is out killing the middles department 12-6 going into this fourth set.
Felt like you read my mind. I was just thinking about how great the middle production has been for the Mojo so far. And I think not only credit to the middles, but Monserrat has done such a good job of putting her hitters in positions to be successful, especially in two-hitter. She's a front row setter right now, and she's still able to get her two hitters with fractured blocks in front of them.
A 13th service error ends a 3-0 run for Dallas, and that gives San Diego the lead back. Monterrey serving 40 assists in 7 digs. Tabron loads up again. Venegas in the right position defensively. Lewis got it sent right back, and no return imminent for the home team.
That's a tough play if you're Morgan Lewis, because the majority of that rally was dominated on that side of the court. So those blockers were just camped out for that ball. She really didn't have a lot of options on that tight high set.
Maldonado Diaz averaging 4.92 points per set. That's second most in the league. The patience and the explosive swing for Maya Tabron.
I'm just so impressed by Tabron's ability to put a ball like that away across the entire court, sky high. She has so much patience on her explosive step and her approach, and is able to hit it down the line.
Hitting 326 on the night is Tabron as Venegas covers a ball in zone 5. And Payne is there defensively. Collier, 19 kills on a 56th wing.
Collier does a really good job of catching Tabron kind of cheating. She was running towards the line thinking that's where the ball was going to go, and Collier attacks the seam. I think keeping the ball away from Venegas is going to be a really big key for the Pulse.
Robert got the swing. Collier tones down on the power, and it was the placement that wins out that time.
I'm not sure. Coach Windsor said that she's allergic to the tip, but we've seen a lot of different shots in Collier's toolbox, and I know that has definitely been a point of emphasis for them, especially leading up to this match, but she's done a good job, I think, of mixing up some of those power swings with some off-speed shots.
Caitlin Horde serves and misses the mark. Maren Grote returns to the floor. Here's Caffey. Line drive of a serve. And going on to the pancake up, and then a diving second touch from Caffey. Savage is scooped in center back. Little roll shot, Caffey. And Maldonado Diaz had the right antidote there.
Really smart play from Maldonado Diaz to go for that short shot in front of Kathy, who's a middle, not used to playing back row, just back there as a server, and making her move, I think, is the key. That's something that Coach Windsor said was an emphasis for them when they were serving, but I think on defense as well, just making them move to defend the ball.
Marin Grote unleashes, uncorks for her 12th kill. It's 12 all, and that ties a season high of 12 kills for her.
Grote has had an excellent game so far, and she's really had some statement kills in moments where it matters. The score's close, she goes up, takes a big swing. Collier taking advantage of that deep line shot again. A little bit of a defensive miscommunication between Lewis and Tabron, who are both kind of defending that. It looks like they're in a bit of a rotation defense where Lewis is defending the tip and Tabron is moving to that deep corner.
Savage picked that one up on the block and shuts down Monserrat. Savage, her first block in the last 4 matches, and it subdues the on-2 decision.
That's exactly what the Pulse need right now, is some of those momentum plays on defense at the net.
That could be a source of momentum, an ace serve for Collier.
Absolutely. There's a few points in volleyball that can really shift the pace of a game, and I think a block and an ace are definitely 2 of them, and we just saw both of those from the Pulse.
Loberg tries one down the line. High ball and left front attack from Maldonado Diaz. In attack mode is Maldonado Diaz. Will return the offense to her, and she attacks the defense of Lewis. 4 straight points from 12 all for Dallas at the technical timeout.
Maldonado Diaz really taking advantage and making them move.
Mimi Collier readies to serve. She's got 479 points on the career, and 503 is the MLV record, so she's closing in on some elite company. Maya Tabron ends a 4-0 Dallas spurt with an explosive put down from long range.
Tabron doing an excellent job hitting the seam of that block. No defender to be found.
Tough serve to Maldonado Diaz. That's Payne coming in off the bench. She gets the score. So a few starters for Coach Windsor we haven't seen since the second set, including Carter Booth, and also we haven't seen number 9 Kaylee Cox in quite some time.
Yeah, that's a great point. We saw Payne just get the kill there, but I think that switch was due to the blocking, or the lack thereof, I guess, is what I mean. Payne has contributed a block, but she's been subbed in for that specific reason, so that leads me to believe that is her job in this rotation. And then we look at Carter Booth. She just wasn't providing the offense that I think the Pulse needed from her in that moment, making a lot of switches in the middle so far in this match, but we've seen Savage really step up in that spot as well.
A quick few touches for San Diego. They're lucky to get it back over, and it's Payne who converts. So serving now is Jelly Sear. Haven't seen her the first 3 sets, and Horde is the middle in the front court currently for Dallas. That second touch came in quickly at Loberg off the serve. Looking to go down the line and avoid the block is Loberg. Brajkovic and Graham appear to be coming in for Lewis and Monterrey.
This is that modified 6-2 sub that I talked about earlier. We're bringing in Brajkovic as a blocking threat. Puts the setter in the back row instead of having Monterrey in the front row to exploit.
Quick attack for Marin Grote. Maldonado Diaz runs into the throes of a block. Marin Grote leading the charge. He's 4th in the league in blocks and stands her ground there.
Mission accomplished for Brajkovic and Coach Childress, because that sub did exactly what it needed it to do.
Brajkovic there as well, as you mentioned. 14 serving 19. Again, the victim of a block. Back-to-back points. Uncharacteristic of Maldonado Diaz.
Such a smart play on Coach Childress's part to switch that up. Put a bigger block in front of those hitters, slow them down.
Nobody blocking that one from Collier, as they're the first to get to the red zone, Dallas.
Can't forget about Mimi Collier when she's in the back row, that's for sure.
Very versatile offensive player. Caffey on the way up, took a crack at it. Timing wasn't ideal. I think she'd be the first to mention that.
Yeah, just a little early. It looked like she didn't transition very far off the net either. She kind of got trapped on that set in that play.
Maldonado Diaz not to be denied that time, as she found a seam in the Caffey Brajkovic block.
I think it says a lot about Carly Graham as well, being able to come in and set kind of cold off the bench. She's had a few moments in this match, but it's really hard to have that connection with your hitters when you haven't been in the game a lot. So credit to her ability to come in and do that.
Giving one back there off the service mistake. Maldonado Diaz 2 points ago picked up her 15th kill. That puts her at 400 on the season. Needed 15 going into tonight to do that. Only 2 players in the league have 400 kills. Both are on Dallas.
Back to our normal lineup with Monterrey back to serve and Lewis back in the front row.
And a quick side out coming, and we're going to see some new faces out there. Booth returns.
It looks like the Pulse is doing the same thing. It looks like Booth may be going in as a right side blocker instead of a middle.
Colin is in there too. Number 3 in blue.
In as the setter since Valentine Anderson was taken out of the front row. Maya Tebron doing a really great job taking advantage of the seam in that block. Carter Booth was subbed in for that specific reason, to shut down Tebron, and she didn't let it happen.
17 serving 23. Payne is in, Horde as well for Dallas. Trouble with that first touch. Off of Loberg. Running it down was Venegas to Loberg again. Got it to go. Incredible work as Venegas fell.
Uh-oh.
And she is still down.
We couldn't see from our angle what happened behind that ref stand, but it's not looking good.
She ran into that cushion by the ref stand, and we're going to see it here.
I think her holding her knee, it looks like her knee hit the top of that ref stand before she somersaulted over. Maybe her wrist, it looked like in the replay, took some of the fall.
Earlier in this match, there was another, not nearly as severe collision that Venegas had, where she was grabbing on to that left knee. And that certainly played a part in how she got upended here on this last point.
You can see she has a sleeve on that knee as well. Might have broke the fall with her wrist, somersaulting over that podium.
Well, she gets a warm applause from the home team. And she is just fine. You know,
she's happy to hear that they scored the point. It wasn't a replay. Girl, you set it up for the kill to Loberg.
She is what embodies the heartbeat of this Mojo team that Coach Childers said is relentless, is gritty, a scrap and claw kind of team. And they gained that feeling because they started out 1-6 and they continue to fight, and now they're in a great position to try and make the playoffs.
That's a great point. There's a lot to be said about a team that faces some adversity, and I think it actually gives them more confidence than teams who don't.
Loberg hangs up there and cashes in.
Mojo trail by 4, but you wouldn't feel it in this arena. They definitely have the momentum and the energy on their side.
Tabron, that one's tight and just lost control. Horde. That's a tough one to play because you don't know if it's going to go over or not.
I mentioned it earlier, it's really hard to play those overpass balls because you're trying not to net, you're trying not to reach over. There's a lot of thoughts going on while that ball is going up and over the net.
Timeout called, and with that together, Ren Athletics and the Major League Volleyball have a focus that extends beyond the game. We're growing the sport of volleyball, building community around the sport, and empowering our world-class female athletes with top tour resources. Ren Athletics, the largest volleyball-only apparel company in the United States, is the official uniform and apparel partner of Major League Volleyball. From custom-designed player uniforms, stylish off-court apparel, and an array of fan gear, Ren Athletics is the driving force behind it all. Dallas needs to win this 4-set to give themselves any chance in this match. San Diego, though, is not making it easy for them here in the red zone.
That's it. You hit the nail on the head there. Dallas has a 3-point lead, but it doesn't feel like it. The confidence has not been broken for the Mojo so far in this set.
Into the block, a ferocious swing for Collier to bring up set points, trying to get it to a 5th, her 23rd kill. Here's Horde into the twine.
It's hard for Horde. She just had that mishap in the overpass. To go back and serve after that, it's really hard to reset and not let that moment build into more moments.
The last time these two teams faced off was April 5th on this court. They played 5. Are we going to play 5 again? Collier cannot get it down. Out of system swing for Collier, and Georgiadis will run it down in the backcourt. Tabron got blocked, and it's a hitting mistake from her that closes out the fourth in Dallas's favor. A fifth frame is going to be needed to sort this one out.
Every match is a new opportunity. Every win brings you one step closer to becoming a champion. This is Major League Volleyball, where the sport's top stars take the court to compete for greatness. Keep watching.
You've got to get off the couch, off the phone, and join thousands of other screaming fans for a nail-biting, heart-pounding, in-person experience you have to see to believe. It's the NCAA D1 Women's Volleyball Championship. Sign up for pre-sale news and more at ncaa.com/volleyball.
It's not just a sport, it's a calling. At Spalding, we've spent years crafting high-quality equipment that honors that passion. As the official net system supplier to Major League Volleyball, we're proud to support the game at its highest level, where precision, durability, and performance matter most. Because when you give your all, you deserve equipment that does too. Spalding Volleyball, trusted by generations, built for champions.
This is major.
Women's volleyball isn't the next thing, it's the real thing.
This is where the game gets real.
Collier, 6 fourth-set kills to propel Dallas to the four-set takedown, 25-21. We're going to a fifth frame, and it's been something that's been of regular note for both of these teams playing a fifth set. Back-to-back times they have faced off against one another. They've played a fifth set. San Diego won that last meeting. San Diego is 5-2 in five-setters on the year. Dallas is 5-1. They are doing some of their best work when they go the distance, both of these teams.
And Brian, I think that's such a cool statistic because it's so true. The more you play in five-set matches, the more equipped you are to win them. I think teams that sweep teams all season and then get to championship season and don't know how to play in a five-set, they're at a huge disadvantage. So I think we're about to see another great set of volleyball.
That we will, as Monterey goes high ball to Maya Tabron. 24 kills for Mimi Collier. She had 9 in the first set to reset, and then second set, 27-14, San Diego outdug Dallas. Third set, Dallas did not have a block. So that's how we've gotten to 2 sets apiece. Morgan Lewis clings it off the block.
Morgan Lewis does a good job of showing up in moments when it matters. She may not be getting the majority of the sets, but when she does get her opportunity, she finds a way to capitalize on it. Whew. Ultra sharp cross court from Mimi Collier. Not sure how you can even hit a shot that sharp and keep it inside the square.
Shots like that are a microcosm for why she is arguably the best that MLV has. She set with her work today the MLV points record in a season, over 500 points. Wow. That's a point for San Diego despite the block, 2-all. Alex Loberg, as Tristan Savage is checked in for Dallas. How do you stop Collier? It's
a good question, Brian.
It's impossible considering how well she's doing.
I think what the Mojo have to lean on is that Collier's carrying the majority of the load. So you got to commit block on her, get 4 hands in front of her at all times, and be ready to run down balls off the block, but also be dug in for the cross-court shot. It's a lot easier said than done.
A new season high for Marin Groth. That's her 13th kill for number 12 in white.
Marin Groth has really taken advantage of her opportunities, and what great vision. She had a double block on that cross-court angle. She didn't really have the swing to the right side, so she threw it over her shoulder.
Set to the outside for Collier. Loberg is denied, and they were hanging over the block, or the net that was to get the block. Payne and Savage.
And that's exactly what Payne and Savage are in there to do. Get a big block on Loberg, especially in those out-of-system plays. You know who the ball's going to. You have the setter in the front row in Monterey. She really only has one option on that play.
The last 3 matches at home, San Diego, it's been a 5-setter. Loberg cashes in. How big do you think, if you're a San Diego fan, is it to see Loberg play well in this 5th?
So awesome, and she's done a great job. I think she doesn't get enough credit for how much of a load she has to carry for the team. She's the #1 serving target. She's receiving the majority of the serves in high pressure moments. She's playing tough defense, and she's getting out of system sets like that, expecting to put them away, and she really has for the most part.
Maldonado Diaz has put that one away. 17 for her on a 49 swing. That's second most number of swings by a member of her team.
Fifth set only to 15 points. You really have to limit those unforced errors when it comes to serving, aces, all of that. There's just not room to make those errors in a game to 15.
Gaffey puts up the big block. Maldonado Diaz with an inside set. Tabron clocks it off the block that time.
Got to give credit where it's due when it comes to Monterey. She jump sets that tight pass, taking a blocker with her, giving Tabron a fractured block, able to take advantage of it.
Which is tied for a season high, 22 kills for her after that one.
We're competing for the record books now.
That they are. Loberg roaming and picking it up. Horde read that extremely well in a ridiculously good-looking block to take out that shot.
Disciplined eye work from Horde and Payne on that ball. You know it's going to the outside. Get a solid feet and hands in front of it.
Off speed from Tabron, rolling off Dallas. Trying to go down the line, Maldonado Diaz. She's had a few Ruby dying sets on her, which makes it a little bit challenging, I would think.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Out of system set from Murr, and she just doesn't quite get her feet in on that inside set where she has the ability to hit the over the shoulder line shot.
Maldonado Diaz makes it 7-all, comes right back.
The Mojo really need to take advantage of this last rotation where you have Valentine in the front row and Tabron across the net from her. It's a matchup that they have to exploit.
A service error takes us to a timeout. The Mojo in front, 8-7. They need 2 more wins to book a spot in the postseason. They're 1 set away from 1 away. 7 ties, 1 point separating the Mojo and the Pulse. Dallas, their only 5-setter that they've lost was in San Diego, April 5th. They're down by 1. 8 serving 7. Mimi Collier makes it an 8th tie as she blasts it off the block.
Morgan Lewis did a good job of getting the block set, but you have to be disciplined with your arms and hands, especially with Collier. That's her bread and butter, going off of those high hands and exploiting what's in front of her.
Collier has tied her season high in kills with 27. Loberg blasts away. Maldonado Diaz got a paw on it. Venegas, a hard time handling what is a new season high for Collier with 28 put-downs.
I don't know how you hit that shot. The set is coming from behind your back and across your shoulder, and she just waits a little bit, takes her last 2 steps, and puts it exactly where she wants to. So mature for the rookie outside hitter.
Booth has checked back into the front court. Monserrat trying to link up with Lewis. Great defense from Maldonado Diaz. You could hear the way that paw hit the ball. It wasn't on the sweet spot.
Yeah, definitely a little bit of a missed contact off of that out-of-system set. And you can see it in Collier's face right after it. Maybe hit the fingertips a little bit weird.
San Diego has won 3 straight matches. They've done that. They've had a 3-match winning streak 4 different times this year, but they've never won 4 straight this season. Georgianis is in to serve. Mimi Collier continues to bring the goods. She started out with 9 kills in the first set and hasn't looked back since.
Mimi Collier doing what she does best, hitting that sharp cross court. And if you can keep it away from the libero and go for Loberg instead, it's not a bad way to go.
Lewis, what a dig down the line. Georgianis with a swift pickup. Second contact for Maldonado Diaz. Lewis, sharp and short this time to tie it up once again.
Talk about tools in the toolbox. Morgan Lewis coming in clutch with that hard cross-court swing.
There's Lewis, 8 of 23. A block touch off of Collier's attempt. Grace Loberg finagles it through that Payne Savage block to give the home team the lead back.
Loberg going for that outside hand of the middle is a great idea. Just exploiting the fracture in the block.
San Diego has never won 14 matches in a season. They're at 13. Could they get to 14? With a win tonight, they would do that. Dallas has already booked a spot in the postseason. 3 of the 4 teams we know are going to be in the postseason. Indy, Dallas, and Omaha also clinching tonight. San Diego is right now looking for that 4th spot. They need 2 wins out of their final 4 matches in the regular season to clinch. A win here would help them go a long way, but Dallas is putting up a big fight.
And it's hard not to have that in the back of your mind if you're the Mojo. You're so close right now to securing one of those wins and getting yourself closer to the playoff berth. But they really haven't shown any signs of anything but confidence on their side of the court, and I think they're playing their best volleyball when it counts.
Number 11 in white, Lewis, serving. Collier gets the call, and they keep going to her, and good things continue to happen for Dallas when they do that.
If she can't be stopped, you might as well keep making them try.
Giovanna Brajkovic came in for a little bit there. Marley Monserrat replaces her. Loberg on the approach, and it started with the serve. Didn't give Loberg much to work with. Big serve and a lead for Dallas.
Really tough from the service line. Collier definitely does not shy away.
Dallas won the first set and the fourth set. Groth on the slide, and they met her with a sensationally placed block. 13-11, San Diego in trouble, and Coach Childress needs a timeout for the home team.
Just a few really tough serves, some ball, uncharacteristic, honestly, ball handling errors for the Mojo. And I think Monserrat is doing a really good job of keeping the energy as the setter. She really doesn't seem like she gets frustrated if the first contact isn't exactly the way she wants it. She still fights hard to run the offense. We saw it on that last play, throwing the set behind her on a slide to Groth. She's still gonna battle no matter what the cards are dealt to her. And like I said, down by 2, but the Mojo just do not seem rattled.
They don't. We'll see what happens. Back-to-back blocks. Last 2 points, giving Dallas the edge. That's Lewis. She got a touch off the swing. This one is tight. Maldonado Diaz had a block moments ago and comes up with a critical kill to bring up match points.
Really taking advantage of that matchup against Monserrat. Smaller block on the right side going down the line is the way to go.
Maldonado Diaz closes it out for Dallas, and they finish the 5th, winning their final 5 points.
Really excellent 5 sets of volleyball here in the Vejas Arena. Not more you can ask for in the effort in the defense category on both sides of the net.
San Diego was up 11-10. How big was the service pressure from Dallas there at the end?
Yeah, and I think that was a great point that Coach Windsor made pregame, is the serve and pass battle is gonna be huge, and she knows that the passing isn't really on their side, and they have a great setter in Valentine who can make up for it, but really taking advantage of the serving when it counted. And I know they had some errors early on in the match, but I feel like they didn't let those service errors compound throughout the game. They still were able to go back and have that be a huge difference maker.
Dallas has already clinched a spot in the postseason. San Diego now has 3 remaining regular season matches. They can control their own destiny by winning 2 of 3 to book a spot, that 4th and final spot in the postseason, or they can win 1 of the final 3 and rely on a Grand Rapids loss. So San Diego still has a lot of hope, but this one was right there for the taking.
And I don't think this was a complete loss for them when it comes down to it. A really hard-fought battle in a 5-set match. If they do make the playoffs, this is going to be a good one to have in their memory bank. And for Dallas, it's going to be hard to beat them in the playoffs.
It certainly is. What a performance from the Dallas Pulse. The San Diego Mojo broadcast was presented by Scripps Clinic, the Lake Elsinore Storm, HRC Fertility, and KUSI. And as we say goodbye from Vejas Arena, the Pulse come up with the goods in that 5th set, winning the final 5 points. For former college volleyball player Ruby Kaiser, I'm Brian Fenley. Thanks to our producer Steve Chen, as San Diego comes up short, but the postseason is still on the hunt for them.
Volleyball.